I'm Todd Bingham. Welcome to the Utah Manufacturers Association on the Hill. We're in the basement of the Capitol today. It's week 3 of the legislative session. You remember, a 45-day session. We're going to talk briefly this morning about the seismic isolators, 265 of those that were placed in the Capitol in 2004, and McKinley will take some video of that and you'll be able to see it. But more importantly, I'm here with Rusty Cannon, a good friend with the Utah Taxpayers Association. Rusty's the president of the association, and we wanted to talk briefly this morning about tax policy. Rusty, handicapped for us, taxes is always an issue at the Capitol.
Yes.
We're always looking at things that impact businesses and maybe more importantly, help businesses. Do we have some things going on this year that could help businesses?
We do. So ever since last spring, we started talking about the big revenue surplus that Utah's going to be sitting on. It's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and then we'll get an additional number here in about 10 days with possibly even more revenue. So as maybe people read in the news, the legislature has set aside about $160 million for tax cuts. They have, in our opinion, plenty more to give. There's still about $219 million on the sideline now. There could be more with these new numbers. So everybody's competing with different ideas on, okay, well, here's what kind of a tax cut to pass. What will happen for sure is an income tax rate cut. So far it's 4.95 to 4.85, which will help
on the corporate side.
On the corporate and individual side,
Great,
absolutely. So that'll help all taxpayers. We'd like that cut to be much deeper. We'll see if we can get the legislature to move on that. They're going to add some other things to try to help those on the lower income side of the scale, Social Security, possibly an earned income tax credit, those kinds of things. But for business, that rate cut is the big piece. We're also working on some sales tax exemptions for a lot of industries in Utah, some consumable industries, the software industry, and the oil and gas industry.
Right.
And so there's a lot of competing proposals. What's going to happen now is we kind of pause, wait for that next 10 days, those new numbers to come out, and hopefully then through there to the end of the session, we pass a good number of good solid tax bills, we hope.
That's great. Rusty, thanks for that. And what Rusty's referring to is our numbers for budget proposals come out before the end of 2021, and then in 10 days we'll get the harder numbers, the more actual numbers on budget, and then the legislature will be able to take a look at what they do there. We appreciate our relationship with the Taxpayers Associations. They are the watchdog up here for tax policy, and we turn to them for data and lots of information on how we address tax policy. So looking forward to some great things with tax policy, reduction in the corporate and the individual income tax rate, as Rusty mentioned. So thanks for being with us. Thanks for giving us some information. As always, our legislative tracking sheet is on the webpage. Go take a look at that and follow the bills that are important to you. We're following a number of things, again, over 100 bills. We encourage you to take a look at that as we move through the legislative session. We'll see you next week on UMA on the Hill.